Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to our day 4 of our build of the 72 Ford F350 4x4 tow truck, high side by Moebius 1/25th scale. And you haven't seen the other videos, please take a look at the other videos. However, today we are going to work on putting, I think this is called a cradle. I'm not really sure, I've been looking them up. And so there's really no specific way that cradles fit other than like these steel bars fit on the bottom type thing. But people use chains, they use cables, all kinds of different things. I'll show you some examples right here. And as you can see, here's ones I've downloaded from YouTube or the internet. So you can see there's not really any correct way. Some people use 2 hooks, some people use 1 hook, some people use 3 hooks, some people use chains, cables, whatever. So I bought earlier a couple of these chains from Five Below. You saw this in a previous, they were $2 a piece at Five Below. And the kit comes with a whole bunch of hooks, and it comes with a whole bunch of rigging gear. So we're gonna kind of rig something up, and I'm not sure exactly what, using the chains that came with the jewelry. We already used this cable. It looks like a cable, but it's actually part of a chain. It's not, but it's a cable. And we're going to use these pieces to put this together. So I'm not really going to kind of show you how to do it. I'll come back and I'll explain where I got all the parts once I have everything built, because I'm going to be trying and test fitting and doing all kinds of things over the next I don't know, whatever, the next hour, to get this to hang here like it's supposed to. So I'll show you when I come back, and I'll show you what parts I used from each thing. All right, guys, so we're back a little bit. So I did use some of this acrylic paint. I don't even know what color this is. It's deep brown. And as you can see, we used it for the chains, the metal chains. But also I started doing a little bit of weathering on the truck. Did some weathering because it kind of looks like mud. So it looks like, you know, mud. If I put it over here, you can see. So yeah, so we're gonna leave that dry. In the meantime, so we took some of the things here. We got the hook here. We've got some of the rigging things here on the chain. I also use some of the brown on the chain there. And then here we're going to put, we put some of the sling rigs on here, right here. Now they're not glued on because you cut them in half and they'll just kind of sit there. We'll probably take these off and repaint, or maybe I'll paint them yellow while they're on there. But and then we took these 2 chains, and these chains will go on that hook to that hook, that hook to that hook, and we'll use Mod Podge because they're metal. So we'll use Mod Podge, and we'll just lay these on here and then let them sit for a couple hours, and then we'll put this on there. Oh, by the way, this is just a primer black, so it does look brown. We'll take a little bit of flat black here, this flat black, matte black craft paint, and we'll put some on here too to finish it off and to weather it a little bit. So still working on it. So hopefully you'll enjoy, and yeah. So that's what we're doing at the moment here. Let's see. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. So that's what it looks like right now. And we're gonna put the chain from that little part right there to there, and from that one over there to there, and there we go. So anyway, that's what we're doing. All right, so we took that section of chain just now, put some glue right here, Mod Podge there. Put a little bit of Mod Podge on that hook, and then just laid it across on both sides. And we'll let that dry for a couple hours. There we go. All right, in the background you'll hear the dogs barking and growling and playing around. But I got the shackles are all painted orange. The hooks are painted orange. I got more hooks and shackles there. The chains are painted the dark brown rust. So we're just gonna wait for everything to dry and we'll start putting it all together.
Well, we're waiting.
All right. So right here, I got string. I had to put string through. I don't know how close we can get here, but I put string through these links of this chain and then through the hole in that particular hook right there. And then we'll cut off this extra stuff. We put some Mod Podge on there. Then we have this hook with the shackle hanging off of the other shackle. And then here we've got 3 shackles at the top, and then we've got the 3 chains, or the 2 chains on the side. And then this hook will hook onto that shackle, go through this shackle, and then we're going to put another hook on over here on this side of the chain, I'm guessing. So we'll do that. And then that way this will have basically a hook in each of these shackles right there.
All right, explain this to me like I'm a 2-year-old, okay? Because there's an element to this thing I just cannot get through my thick head.
All right, so basically what we're going to do is we're just going to use a bunch of the shackles and the hooks and the chains, and we're going to paint the chains to look like rust. We're going to paint the shackles and hooks orange, and we're going to put them all together so that they look like a real tow truck. All right, and here what you see me doing is we're going to chip the paint away as if it's a road worthy, where it's been on the road for a long time. We're chipping the paint away from the front bumper, and that's what we're doing there. All right, everybody, so after scraping, as you watched, I scraped the decal all up because that's the front bumper. And I don't know if you notice, it's kind of dull in paint now because we spray painted it with a clear dull. Now I'm going to take the glue, Mod Podge, which will glue, and it will be clear when it's done. And we're going to put this chain, and we're going to have it come down, and then we will put a shackle on this chain after the glue dries. I'll go ahead and put a shackle on it, but for right now I'm just trying to get this chain to go through right there. And then we're going to bring it around and lay it there, hanging down, and let's just put some glue on it right there. And then we're going to go on the inside here and put glue on it right there as well. So that's going to go up and that will go down. All right, and we'll just let it hang here and dry. And we're just going to let it dry like that. Let's see it. There you go. And this glue will all dry here shortly. And then once it dries, we'll go ahead and put some shackles on the end of it. like it's just hanging out on the front, because it is actually just hanging out on the front. Alright guys, so we have built the winch. I painted it gray, although I may paint it white, I'm not sure. I gotta paint all the cabling. This goes in here. We left this whole build overnight, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to take that hook off there, and we'll take this hook off of there. I'm going to let that sit like that, and then take this out. Here we go. And I'm just going to let that sit like that. Alright, so this has another piece that comes out from underneath, but it says in the directions not to put it in yet, to wait till we get to the next part. So it says assembling the winch right here. So we do have a chain, and we have this piece that goes up inside, and you can see where it goes. It goes right in that little slot right there. You see the slot, but it says don't put that in yet. So we're going to go ahead and then we're going to go ahead and paint that motor up, the winch, and then we will place it in the center right there. And this is going to go, let's turn this around. Let's see. So where does it sit? The winch. I have to open this up to the next. Okay. So the directions here show the winch goes right directly in the center, and it shows that if it's sitting this way, then it's going to be, it's going to sit like this. So it'll sit like that. All right. And this will go in here, right in there. And then we will have this chain, or we'll have this cable come down, wrap around here. So we'll make that all look, it's gonna sit inside those rails. I'm gonna weather it first. I'll be back when it's weathered and we have it glued in. All right, so I'm gonna paint the motor here white and weather it, and then I also have to sit here and paint the thread. It's not really thread, it's an elastic thread. So we're going to paint the elastic thread the same color as the metal cable that we're using on the boom, and then when we glue it all together here, we'll just have the piece of the cable from the boom go down, and we'll go ahead and glue that onto the spindle there, and that should work. All right, guys, so there is the motor, and as you can see, I have coiled cable going down there that's kind of rusty. Kind of detailed the motor, painted it white, did some detailing to it, and we put the cable as if it was coming down from above. And so that's ready to go, and now we can glue this onto the bed. So we'll glue this onto the bed, and then this we'll call done. Next thing we're going to do is put all the glass in the lights, and then we're going to start putting the glass in the cab there. All right, guys, so I don't even know, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if I think these came with my tractor trailer, but I'm just going to use, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 little round lights that can go in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to use the red lights in the back. And then we're just going to paint this chain. I have a couple of hooks and stuff that are left. We'll just pile that in on the over here right in the back. This is now all glued together, and so we're going to call the bed done here in about 5 minutes. I'll show you when it's done. All right, there's our lenses. So those are good. Yep, everything is coming together. All right, so the last thing I did here was I put some of these basically things on the bumper that have holes in them, so there are ways, you know, you could hook a chain up to them. And then we used a regular chain, put that on, painted it with the brown to make them look rusty. And then we had one hook left, so I just put the hook here onto the end of the chain, so that way there'd be a chain on the front push bar. So there we go, all cool. All right, guys, so here's the thing. I tried to put in these windows, and I have never had that much problem putting in side glass into a truck in my life, ever. So choice is A, I keep messing around with it till I get them all messed up and screwed up, and then I just have a problem with them and they look like shit and they don't help at all. Or B, I leave them off, it still looks like a Ford. We put the mirrors on where they're supposed to be, and it just looks like a Ford that doesn't have these. And I maybe even can put, maybe I can build a window later and put something in there. But for now, I just put in the interior, which you can see. So there's our interior. But I'm not about to wreck a whole model of a truck to try to get these side windows in. I'll have to figure something out down the road, but not right now. So we are going to end this part of the video here. As you can see, we started really putting this together. We have the headlights in, they're still cloudy. We have the interior in. I said I put the back glass in, we put the front glass in. The interior's in there, as you can see. It's got all the stuff that we're doing now. This has these two vent windows in it right here, and these vent windows suck. I cannot get them to go in for the life of me correctly. They're too small for the window. So what I might do is just build something down the road and put like a piece of very small trim there just to make the vent window. I can do that down the road. I'm not going to play with it now. I can always put that in later, or I can just leave it like this where there is no vent window, because hey, I don't think it really looks that bad, and you know, for all I know, they changed the cab on this truck when they were doing it. So we have the cab there, and we have the back there, and we have the front bumper here, which are all completely done. Pretty much. Well, the hood's not, but so that's what we got going on right now, is this pieces with the Moebius. Look in the background here. All right, so we have that going on right there. So that's where we're at. We're gonna end it right now. We're gonna end this. This is day 4 or 4.5. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna end this now because the rest of this build is going to be the frame and all that kind of stuff first, and then we will put this together. We'll put this on the frame, but I wanted to show what we got done, which is really cool. So now it's just about putting the frame together, the wheels together, and everything else. So the next time, I think, will be the end. Today is July 4th. I think that if I work on the frame today, tomorrow, July 5th, we should have this truck done. Anyway, thanks for watching. We put some shorts up on how we do some of this stuff. Like, as you can see, we've done all the cabling, and we've now put the cable pulleys in, and we've done all kinds of different stuff here. So it is, as much as all this stuff's going to be done, the next is just doing the engine and the frame, and then we are done. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great July 4th, and I will see you tomorrow, Saturday morning, July 5th. Hopefully you'll see this finished tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.